Is happening right now. There are new developments this morning now in the fight over Arizona's immigration law, which will have huge implications for everyone across the country. Opening statements have begun at the Supreme Court hearing on SB 1070, and Judge Andrew Napolitano, our Fox News senior judicial analyst, is with me here in studio. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill.
Arizona will come in and argue what in support of this?
Here's Arizona's argument in a nutshell. The federal government forces Arizona to spend money on health, safety, welfare, morality, and education on everybody in Arizona, whether they're lawfully or not. So the least the federal government can do is enforce the border laws and keep illegals out. That's Arizona's position. And if the federal government won't do that, then Arizona will do it for them.
Okay, what's the argument on behalf of the government? This is our job?
The federal government's job is, the federal government's argument is, immigration and border control is a federal issue, and we can't have states doing it on their own. Otherwise, we will have 50 separate foreign policies rather than one. And when the Constitution was created, the states delegated away their ability to regulate foreign matters and immigration matters to the federal government. P.S. This is the way the Supreme Court has ruled whenever they've confronted the issue.
Now, a lot of our viewers are focused on Arizona because it's been in the news so much. But there are other states that have similar laws: Alabama, Georgia, Indiana, South Carolina, Utah. Some of these have been challenged. Some have been upheld. Only
Arizona's is before the Supreme Court today because the others have not yet made their way to Arizona. And there's a bizarre twist here. The bizarre twist is that only 8 of the justices will hear this because Justice Kagan has taken herself off the case because she says she worked with the Justice Department in resisting Arizona's statute when she was in the Obama administration. Question, what happens if there's a tie, if it's 4-4? The answer is that the decision below is upheld. And the decision below is Arizona's law is unconstitutional. But it is only unconstitutional in that portion of the country where the courts below have jurisdiction, which is the Ninth Circuit, which is the western end of the country, plus Alaska and Hawaii.
Well, okay. All right. Before we get to that point, though, this is basically an argument over states' rights, is it not?
It's an argument over states' rights and whether the states can supplant the federal government when it can't or won't enforce the laws.
And that is critical, right?
Because
if you're arguing that the federal government's not enforcing laws on its books, then what do you do as a state?
Well, look, here's what the Supreme Court will say. It is not our job to tell the president how aggressively to enforce the laws. The president decides what resources to be distributed, and if you don't like the way the president enforces the laws, elect a new president. That's from the court's point of view. From Arizona's point of view, they're in a real conundrum because the same Supreme Court before which they're arguing as you and I speak has told them you must provide all these services, health, welfare, safety, morality, education, to illegals. So Arizona's caught in a box. We can't both pay for the illegals and let them flood over our borders.
Quickly on this issue, Dick Durbin, the senator from Illinois, made this point just yesterday. Roll this and I'll ask you specifically about 2 words he focuses on.
We do not help them in their job when we create laws like this, which puts them in a position of calling people out because of their status, not because of the suspicion they've even committed a crime.
What strikes me, status and suspicion, is that going to be argued here?
Yes. One of the weaknesses, from the point of view of a judge, of the Arizona statute is it permits stopping on the basis of suspicion and arresting on the basis of status, appearance. Lawful here or not lawful here. Right. It gives too much discretion to police. That's going to be argued. If you can get over the issue of is this a federal issue or a state issue, then they're going to get into the issue of how much discretion does this give to the police and does that discretion violate the Constitution.
A ruling in June?
Yes, a ruling in June, probably around the same time as health care.
Buckle up, baby.
I'll be ready.
You'll be on the cot upstairs because we're going to need you. Thank you, Judge. 36 minutes now past the hour. Here's Martha.
Well, as the Supreme Court hearing begins, immigration rights